In today's Money Monday segment, they say timing is everything. But is there a good time when it comes to losing your money? Well, that sounds like a question for Kyle Wingfield of Finley Alexander Wealth Management. Welcome. I don't like this topic. I don't think there's ever a good time to lose our money, but you say if we have to, there is a worse time to lose our money. Talk about this concept.
Okay, well, first of all, Elsa, there's never a good time to lose money.
Thank you. We're on the same page there.
Right. I mean, what's interesting is that when you get around, there's a lot of misinformation around saving and investing, and there's this narrative, I think, that a lot of folks on Main Street, that's like me, you, and everybody else, they start thinking, oh, maybe I've got to lose money to get ahead, right? Because they see the market fluctuating up and down. And my response is, well, what if that isn't true? I mean, after all, you know, everyone's heard of Warren Buffett. He says he's got 2 rules of money, right? Rule 1, don't lose money. Rule 2, see Rule 1.
Yes, right. I like that. But it's the idea really that of losing to gain, just sort of like you're taking a risk. You're trying to get in when the getting is good. And so if you lose a little, that's okay. Is that the mentality that you're speaking to?
I think so. I mean, I think people feel
I don't understand it myself.
Right. No, I think they mix up, you know, owning shares and all that. But I think the most important thing to focus on is why are you saving all this money in the first place? And that is to eventually become work optional so that you can get an increasing income stream that you cannot outlive and you don't have to go to work for it. Now, the worst time to lose money is 5 years before retirement and then 5 years into retirement. And they call that the retirement risk zone, the retirement red zone. Okay, now this isn't me, this is an economist named Dr. Moshe Milevsky. All he's ever done is studied retirement calculus and the math behind retirement.
Okay.
And he says that if you lose money 5 years before, you don't have the time to be able to recover in the account. And if you lose money 5 years into retirement, you're probably taking money out of the account, so the shares are not present to recover.
So when you're talking about losing, that baseline is what you were counting on in retirement, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So when you're saying that, it's like I thought I was going to have this much going into retirement. It's 5 years before, and now I've lost that. So technically, you're in a deficit at least for what you thought you were going to be spending.
Oh yeah, think about somebody who maybe December 31st of 2021, they had $1 million and they said, I did it, and now they have 800,000, hypothetically speaking. You know, of course,
that hurts.
How are they feeling? How are they feeling psychologically? Like emotionally, they're like, oh my gosh, you know, maybe I can't retire now, maybe, and then the next, you know, stuff sets in, right? Oh my gosh, what if this is just the beginning and the market goes down even further and all this stuff, and I just hit the pause button and say, hey, you know what? Speculating is not investing. Benjamin Graham of The Intelligent Investor said that. So again, are you speculating with your future? Are you using money that you should be setting up in a plan so it can develop that income stream for you when you retire so you don't have to go back to work? Get a plan. Your timing is usually not the market's timing.
That's what I was going to ask you. How do we circumvent this red zone, that 5 years before and that 5 years into retirement? It is planning for the unexpected, correct?
Correct. You got to not only plan for the unexpected, but step back and say, what's your timeline? What's your time? Your timeline probably does not coincide with the market's timeline, nor should it. Okay, they are separate. So the question you got to ask yourself is, where are you on the timeline of wanting to be retired and enjoy yourself and not have to be pressured about having to go to work and be able to meet your bills and being able to take care of those shock expenses or those aspirational expenses like enjoying time with the family.
Absolutely. What everyone wants to do, especially in retirement. Of course, people have their questions and we know that you can tailor that to them. They just want to go to finleyalexander.com, correct?
Correct. Go right there. That's our digital home. And then, of course, go to the resource page and download any number of informational resources you can.
Wonderful. Kyle Wingfield, thank you so much for being with us. We always appreciate having you here. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.